After my daughter passed, I didn't have a career anymore. The details of the 24/7 caregiving you've given over the past 20 years, there's not a job title. What have you done in other people's minds? How can I describe that without making it a depressing conversation? It's true that every family has their own challenges. Mine was the care of a beautiful, young, intelligent, funny daughter that could early on not hold a pen or a fork. Went from running as a toddler to a walker in first grade to a wheelchair in fourth grade. It wasn't until she probably started elementary school that I realized that, this is a full-time caregiving job. Once your child becomes an age where they should be able to do all their personal care, their feeding, that's really when I might have thought, this is a full-time job of caregiving. Like any person, you want your child to be as independent as possible. I was lucky. She was very intelligent. She was a hard worker. What I thought was, what do I need to do to make sure that she can be successful in middle school? What can she do so she's successful in high school? So the growth that she had in becoming independent to go to college, university was amazing. With the disease that my daughter had, it was generally accepted that she may live into her mid-20s, although there were some cases of people living into their 50s. And of course, that's what always buoyed us and gave us hope. She passed away at the age of 21. After caregiving that first couple months, those lonely moments, those empty times were very difficult. It was very important for me to think of positive memories and not the horrendous last 2 months of her hospital stay and death. We were left with the items that she needed to survive or live. It seemed like there was a lot of stuff: mobility chairs, wheelchairs, her other medical devices, cans of oxygen, pills. I remember actually having a dinner party and I hadn't cleaned it up. It was still a pretty horrendous situation. There was no door on this room. And I put this big piece of art leaning up against this folding table so people couldn't see all the stuff that I hadn't managed to get through. I was a bit lost at first. There is truly a lot of value in caregiving, and the value is recognized by the caregiver and the recipient, but the value is not recognized in the outside world as much. What was I supposed to say when someone asked me what I did, what I've been doing? I never really intended on being a stay-at-home mom. I did have a career before my daughter. I thought, what am I going to do for the rest of my life? Changes are slow. It was at least 6 months before the wheelchairs went. I didn't get rid of anything for a long time. You don't want to just throw out wheelchairs. And so I just thought it was really important to find people that could use and benefit from her devices. And then finally, I went through all of her stuff. I did it in small steps, and I, tried to whittle it down a little bit. It was very difficult to lose the memories of each individual item. There's light at the end of the tunnel. And now that we've started a software company, I feel at least I can say, I'm working for the family business, I'm self-employed. That is a little easier in social and business circles. I can't believe I'm saying this, but it's been 6.5 years since my daughter passed away. And I am a happy person almost every day. Life is, 98% good. I have a purpose. I feel settled. I still have friends who text me on my daughter's birthday. It's nice for people to remember her, how wonderful my daughter had been, how successful my daughter had been, recognize the effort that a caregiver had given to the person they were caregiving. I just recently painted her room a different color. That was a massive step for me. I have a bunch of boxes of paperwork that I still have. I will go through again and enjoy another 5 years. That tells the story. It tells the story of, maybe it tells her story and my story. I was very proud of my daughter. I just wanted to say that.